Hello guys, my name is Mark. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about, lighting, shadows, and color, because I feel like all those go hand in hand. So grab your drinks and let's go. Now here's the thing. A lot of people on YouTube, they're telling you guys should buy this light or this, whatever it is, and everything like that. But once you go on Amazon or go to B&H or any of those sites, you're probably going to realize that they're very expensive. And my thoughts on that is that yes, you should buy all of these things because these things are amazing. They're great. They can help you in your filmmaking and whatever it is, but they very are expensive. Okay, they very are expensive. So I'm gonna show you guys some alternative ways that you guys can do that's gonna make your film slash videos look really good in pretty damn cheap. Also, by the way, this setup it doesn't really cost me that much. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, so for this first one, we're gonna talk about is lighting. Now here's the thing, lighting, there are two ways when it comes to lighting. Number one is that you can have a subject, which I'm the subject, and you could just have like lights, like soft boxes, stuff like lighting up your subject, right? When it comes to stuff like that. But then also there's a secondary way is to add a prop that has a light, like this one. This one is a lamp, so when I'm filming a video, it's always a good idea when you're filming a video. People like it when they visually see a light. Like, this person is standing. Where's the light coming from? From this. So you see this light is coming from? It looks like it's coming from that. Right? That's what it looks like, right? So there's that. People have like Edison bulbs because it looks really pretty, whatever. People would have like neon light sign, that's another one, or a light up sign, whatever it is. If you want to have really, like, if you want to light up your subject, get a sign that lights up. Now here's the thing, when it comes to achieving this form of light right here, it's kind of difficult because sometimes when I get my camera and I'm trying to film myself in the background, have a cool looking light, it always ends up like this side ends up being so bright and I can do anything, because anytime I'm gonna film something that is light, it tends to be so bright. Now if I lower the opacity, no, I mean if I lower, not the opacity, if I lower like the brightness levels, yeah, you are gonna be able to see the light, but you can't see anything that is illuminating that light. So the way that I was able to accomplish this is that I got a light bulb that is not really bright. That is like the lowest brightness you can. If you can find a light bulb that you can lower, the brightness, like dim it or something like that, that's really good. To me, I grabbed a light bulb. This is an Edison bulb, but it's like a really like a cheaper one, the one that can barely lights up. As long as it lights up barely, that's gonna work well. For some reason that works, right? And you're able to see it. So also the other thing I will also say, any light that you're gonna have to put on your background or whatever that's gonna look nice, just make sure that the brightness of that, like if you have a neon light sign, a lot of people they do is have a neon light sign, and then they also have a another really bright light right here, and it looks very washed out. Well, if you have a neon light sign that you can actually change the opacity, is gonna start looking like this a little bit, which is great. Also, the other thing is that when you're filming this video, right, this light is not really bright, so it's not gonna bright up this side. So what I did is that I have another light over here that's lighting up this side of my face, right? See how so it makes it look like this light is lighting up myself, except for you can kind of sort of see small little light where it's coming from. It's because I don't have, like, I can't put this thing far enough. And basically what it's doing is trying to create a hair light or something like that. So there's that. And I also have another light on that side, and I have a lamp that is in a distance, which a lot of people they do is that they get a lamp and they put a dome on it and it softens that up. To me, I just have the lampshade and that's really working for me. Also the other thing I also have, I have a foam board over there which is like bouncing this blue light that I have. So it's like I have lights, but all of these lights are just like really cheap lights. So this is the RGB blue light that I showed you guys. This is an RGB light. That's pretty cool. Cost me like around $40. It's great. You can get much more cheaper ones that are much more smaller that also do the trick. That's not as bright, but like they work, right? And this one I've used it so many times, so buying this was really worth it. So yeah. Also, filming next to a window, right? The window lighting, it's really great. It's free and amazing. Now here's the thing. This light is gonna be extremely harsh. So if you're gonna have background form of lighting to make the back look more interesting, make sure that it's a little bit more brighter. Right here I had to put another light source because it's really bright. And this blue, basically what I was trying to do is try and make this blue light up a little bit more of the shadow side. Basically the opposite of the first one, right? Everything needs to be more brighter because the window light from the sun is really bright. Now here's the thing, sometimes the window light is extremely bright and you want it to have like a nice soft type of look to it. So the thing that you can do is, one, you can buy yourself a foam board like this, a cheap foam board. You can put it next to your window and it's gonna soften that light up. But it needs to be a really cheap one because the ones that are a little bit more expensive, they tend to be more solid and they tend to like, reflect the light instead of like, kind of like doing a translucent thing. You can also buy yourself a canvas like this. Canvas can be more thicker, more better. I like to use this to pull light, so then it kind of looks like it's like a window or something like that. But yeah, you can use this, right? You can also use a white fabric. So there's that, and you can also use one of these. Now this right here is actually a reflector. You guys notice that? But online they do have some. There are translucent, right? Now they do make different sizes of this. This like if you actually want to buy something a little bit more expensive. The white fabric can literally go to any thrift store, buy it, put on your window. This is what I like to use when it's like a larger type of, like if the window's really large or like wherever I'm in. So there's that. Also, if you don't want to film in front of your window because you probably have like a setup that you don't like or whatever, you can always, get a foam board like this or a paper that's wide, that's big. You could prop it against something and you can use this to reflect the light, so then you can have this form of light. So yeah, and this cost me like around $1. So yeah. Now let's talk about shadows. Now, if you want to get a person to look more cinematic, have a more dynamic type of look, get one form of light, put it in the background where it can kind of sort of have this hairlight thing, get the camera and put it where the dark shadow of their face are. That's going to make it look really great. Because if you put them where in the front area where the light is gonna look very like stock footage, very like cookie cutter. It's just not gonna add it's not gonna look that dynamic. So that is one thing. You guys see, you have a light on this side and it's hitting me this side, which you can still see, but the majority of my face is kind of dark. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about is color. Now the way that light hits color, you can hit it very differently. So there's that. But then also, I would like to tell you guys this. I want you to understand the color wheel. One of the things you want to do is every single time you're going to pick a color, you want to pick a color that's opposite from the color wheel. So if you guys have yellow / orange, the opposite of that is probably going to be blue. So you've probably seen this in a lot of videos on YouTube. Also, you probably have seen it in a lot of films. Now, a lot of these things, they don't blatantly have it like obvious in your face, but some of them they do. And the ones that don't really have it obvious because they have different shades of blue, different shades of yellow or orange, right? So it's that. It doesn't really have to be obvious. If you guys notice, my setup right now is that this one is yellow. I have an orange type of light, but then I also have this. This is just what's it called, blue fabric. I just put in here so it can look like it's like something blue. I'm on a couch. Get a blanket or a fabric that's blue, and there you go, you have blue. And also have this light that is hitting the foam board over there in the far distance, because what I want to do is that I do want the shadows to be like brighten it up, but I don't want them to be white, so I put a little bit of blue, so the shadows are going to be, you can still see that it's dark, but it's going to be slightly blue. So it has that whole contrast thing. That's what I like to do when it comes to shadows. I don't like it to be so dark. I want to have like a small pinch of blue on it. You know, things that will have a blue hue, blue color, probably be like I said earlier, like in the dark shadows, right? Instead of being so dark, you can have a pinch of blue. Anything that's gonna be dark, I like to put a little pinch of blue. So there's that. Things that also have is probably like opposite, like a window, like a window, right? Or anything like that. You can just put, a white blanket or whatever it is, just soften up that light, and you can put a hint or a little bit more of that blue, right? Because of the whole hue saturation, not the hue saturation, but like the whole like Kelvin thing. It goes from orange all the way to blue, stuff like that. So there's those things. Also having items, like to me, I have this. This thing is blue. You can have a blue pillow, right? It's good to have a blue pillow. Also, what you can do is you have a drink that is blue. I don't know what drink is blue, but the majority of the thing would probably be a cup. A cup that is like has like a gradient that's blue, because I have some cups that are like that. And those are things that can also help too to make it look more interesting. You can get yourself a big foam board and just paint it blue. You can use that for different things. Things that obviously that are orange slash, yellow is probably gonna be a lamp like this, any form of lamp. Sunset is probably gonna be another good one, but that one you gotta chase it regardless what it is. But it's pretty cool because you can legitimately create shadows, stuff like that, with an orange light, so it can mimic sunset, especially if you buy like a sunset light like the one I have over here. So there's those things. But then also, one of the things that you can use both in combination of both of them is probably going to be, the light on your phone, right? You can get yourself one of the things I like to do is that I like to have a picture of an orange like wallpaper, that everything's just orange. Save that into my favorites, and every time I'm gonna film something I want it to be orange, I just click that up, and it's gonna give me this small little bit of light on my face, and it's gonna be orange. On my iPad or something, I do the same thing with orange, and also I do the same thing with blue. That is something else you can also do. Also, the other thing I like to do is that I do like to go onto my software. I like to use Premiere Pro, and I do like to change up a few things. But with those things, I do like to tweak a little bit, like the brightness and the darks and stuff like that. The color, I also do it, but I like to tweak things. I like to do it in camera, practical as much as I can, because that means I get to see it and I get to like it, instead of like, okay, let's see how it's gonna look on software. I probably can do it on software, but you don't know that yet. That's why I like to do it practical. And one of the things I do like to do, I like to fill my coffee, and one of the things I like to do is that when it comes to like, because I put black coffee on it, and then I put the creamer on it. The black coffee, I do like to light it up a little bit and put it more toward the orange side, so it can look really nice. And then I put a black thing. I put the the background is gonna be blue. Now you can pull like an orange light, and then also put like a blue light in the back. You can do that. That'll be fine. The only issue is that seems kind of obvious. So there's that. Also, the other thing you can also use is something like this. This right here is actually a cup. See how like clear and it reflects a lot, and it also has like these little patterns. You can actually use this like a window. One of the things I want to do is get something like this, like a canvas thing like this, and basically paint the thing black, but then this putting like a glass or something like that, or something like this, so I can shoot through it, and it'll be like have these reflections. That would be pretty cool. Hey, I can use that. Another thing that can also be orange is that you can light up a candle if you want to. Like, you can basically, do like a birthday cake thing, light it up, right? So you can do like a birthday cake that's gonna be orange, but in the light that is so everybody can see it, could be blue, like a light shade of blue. So that's about it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys learned something from this video. It's just a little quick video I decided to do. I will make more videos similar to this, but they're probably gonna be much more longer. So that's about it. Hope you guys have one for this. See you guys later, and yeah, I love you guys. Bye.